Okay, this is still Joey again on your screen. So I'll be showing you how to take the full body measurement. We start with the cap, we take for the shirt, and we take for the pants. So when you want to get your body measurement for the cap, you place your tape around your client's head like this. Then you just need one finger to be inside the tape. So you're gonna make it firm. So this is it, you make it firm and zoom in. So this is it, 22. Now how do you get that 22? Look at where the tape is stopping. 22, that's the client's head measurement. Then you can see the back of the tape. You can see where my tape is, not like this. It has to be on this part, the rise at the back of the head. So that's it. For the shirts, you work with different measurements. We have the length of the shirt to wherever your client wants. We have the circumference of the chest, which is the chest, or you call it the body. Then we have the waist, we have the hip. For the shirt measurements, we have the neck also. We have the sleeve, we have the round sleeve. So we're taking all those measurements. The next measurement we're taking is the length of the shirt. So you place it, rest your tape at the shoulder point, then you drop down to wherever your client wants. If you are making a packet shirt is usually shorter, so we can work with 29. You can see this is a packet shirt, we work with 29. If you're making a normal kaftan, you can extend the length a bit to 32. Depends, all this measurement now depends on where your client wants it to stop. So this for a long kaftan, we can work with 39 for its long kaftan. A very long kaftan, you can go down. So it depends on what you are making for your clients.
John.
The next measurement we are taking is the chest measurement. For the chest measurement, you pass your tape around your client's body, the chest region, and you space out a little bit. Now for these measurements we are working with, you don't need to divide, you don't need to add 4 inches. There's a measurement, there's another pattern of taking chest measurements where you have to take the exact chest measurements and add 4 inches and divide by 4 again, then add your seam allowance. We are not doing that. So what we are doing is to take the free chest measurement of this client. So you ask him if this is comfortable for him. If he says yes, then you can go on with it. So for this now, my 2 hands can enter. You can see the space there. My 2 hands can enter. So we're having 40. Your 2 hands should be able to enter. We're having 40, so can work with just 40 for this client. Then you move your tape downwards to the waist region to get the waist measurement. So to easily get your waist measurement, you minus 2 inches from your chest measurement. So if we have chest 40, the waist will be 38. That's if your client does not have big tummy. For clients that have big tummy, you take the tummy measurement, you take the belly measurement, you take the chest measurement. You'll be working with the chest, with the belly measurement, because that's a client that has a portraited tummy. You understand? That's for that. Then the next measurement you are taking is the seat measurement. Is it a seat or hip measurement? So you have to pass the tape round through your client's butt and towards the front. The seat measurement is usually bigger than the chest measurement. So this is it. Most times it's 2 inches bigger. So you can see my tape is on 42. On 42, it has to be free. That's the seat measurements. So for clients that has smaller seats, you don't need to work with their seat measurement. For clients that has smaller hips, that their chest is bigger than their hips, you don't need to work with it. You just stick with the chest measurement throughout. For clients that has big tummy, which is portraited belly, you don't need to work with seat measurements or chest measurements. You can use the portraited belly measurement, which is the waist measurement. You can use the waist measurement for the chest and the seat, except the client wants the cloth to be fitted. If he wants the cloth to be fitted, you work with the chest measurement and the waist measurement. You disregard the hip measurement.
Action.
The next measurement we're going to be taking is the neck. So the circumference of the neck. you want the tape to go around your client's neck, and take a look at this place, this bone here. That's where you relax your tape. So just one finger inside, it should be relaxed. We are having 16. Raise your chin up a little bit. We are having 16. That's the neck measurement. That's how to get the neck. Okay. So to get the back measurement, for female backs, they work with the shoulder bone, but for male, we work with after the shoulder bone. So you place your tape like this, round, then after, this is the shoulder bone, so we are stopping after the shoulder bone. So this client's shoulder is 18. Not like this. You don't place your tape like this, you place it like this. Shoulder 18. Then wherever your shoulder stops, you take the sleeve of your dress. So for a short sleeve, you always ask your clients, because some, they love their sleeve, their short sleeve to be long, they love it to be short. So if we are working with a short sleeve, we can use 8, 9 or 10, but depends on your client. So if you ask him, if he says stop here, you stop here. If he says extend, you extend. You understand? So for your 3/4 sleeve, 3/4 sleeve is any measurement after your elbow point, which is around 15, around 17, and around 19 is a 3/4 sleeve. While long sleeve, you extend downwards a little bit. So depends on your clients again. If he's using wristwatch or bracelets, you have to stop it at this elbow point, as this bone that is rising here, which is 23. Then if he wants it to be long, you can bring it down to 23.5. That's for this particular client. So we have taken our short sleeve 10. From that point, you take the round sleeve. So this is the round sleeve. The round sleeve, now you place 2 of your fingers inward because you need it to have space. So this is a proper round sleeve for this client. Proper round sleeve. So now this is the round sleeve. For the round sleeve, if he wants it to be tight, we'll work with this 12. If he wants a palazzo round sleeve, so we can extend to 15. This is going to be a free round sleeve. You understand? Then we come to the 3/4 sleeve. Same thing. You put your 2 fingers, you make sure it's free on him. For the 3/4 sleeve, you make sure it's free. So we have 13 here. 13 here. We can also work with 12. Depends on our client's preference. Then for the cuff, we work with 9. So when you place on 9, if it's cufflinks, we can work with 9, and this is it. We get our cufflinks. The reason I folded the tape, I stopped at 9 and I folded the tape. The reason is because of the cufflink space. Why? If it's a normal round sleeve with button, a cuff with button, you extend a little bit, you give it a little bit space. The reason you are giving it space is because there's going to be overlapping where the button and the button will be. So that's what we do there. Then you also have a free sleeve that does not have cuff or buttons, so that one you just make it free. You can work with 9 for that. So that's it. So we're moving over to the pants measurement. For the pants measurement, the first thing you want to get is your waist. So you take the tape round. You can see just 2 of my fingers are in the tape, which is 32. His waist is 32. You don't need much allowance for the waist. So after the waist measurement, you move over to the lap measurement. That's for those of us that work with lap. For my cutting pattern, you'll be working with lap. So the lap measurement, you want the lap to be free. So this is it. It has to be free. You can see my 3 fingers plus this is inside. It has to be free. You don't want the trouser to be very tight. So if you work with 33 now, you can see it will be difficult for him to put his hand in his pocket. So that's why it has to be free. When it's free, you can see his hands can go into his pockets easily. So that's 25. That's 25. So we move downwards to the knee circumference. So to get a proper knee circumference, it's advisable to tell your client to bend his knee a little bit. No, raise your leg up, just bend your knee. Bend it like you want to walk. So when he bends the knee, this will enable you. So we're having 17 here. This will enable the client to move freely. So the pants will not hold it. Then the next measurement you want to take is the boot measurement. For the boot measurement, you pass the tape through the back of your client, the back of your client's leg, through like that towards the front. And what we have here, you can see just 2 fingers inside, which is 13. So that's how to take the boot measurement. Then the next measurement you want to take is the length. For the length, you take it directly from the client's waist, the client's waistline, wherever it starts his trouser. For those people that sag, you can take it from the sagging point. But this client starts his trouser here, so you take it from here down to wherever the client wants. Some clients, they like trouser that falls. So for falling trouser, we can go down to 38.5. While for clients that love, we popularly call it jumpy trouser, you can make it short, which is 36. While for clients that want a moderate length, you can see 37.5. This is a perfect length for this particular client. So this 37.5. Then if you want a palazzo pants, you have to take it downwards. So to get your palazzo pants, the easy method is whatever you have here as the length, which is 37.5, you add 2 inches to it, 39.5, you get the palazzo length for your client. So that's all for body measurements.